Test, test. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Stewart Field for today's NCAA Division III men's soccer matchup between the visiting MSOE Raiders and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or other abusive comments and actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and will be grounds for removal from Stewart Field. Fans, as a reminder, permission to enter the field or the bench areas are restricted to student athletes, coaches, game officials, game day staff, and authorized personnel. Unauthorized individuals violating this policy will be subject to removal from Stewart Field. Now, let's meet the starting lineups for today's contest. First, for the visiting MSOE Raiders. A 5'10 junior from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Number 3, Lucas Schoenke. A 5'11 sophomore from Olney, Maryland. Number 5, Michael Rohrman. A 5'11 sophomore from Huntley, Illinois. Number 6, Austin Killen. A 5'6 freshman from Naperville, Illinois. Number 7, Nico Picha. A 5'10 sophomore from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Number 8, Owen Gendrich. A 5'9 sophomore from Racine, Wisconsin. Number 13, Danny Aranda. A 5'11 junior from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Number 17, Ian Frost. A 6'5 sophomore from Wooddale, Illinois. Number 18, Alex Lamb. A 5'7 junior from North Aurora, Illinois. Number 19, Zach Thompson. A 5'8 junior from Sussex, Wisconsin. Number 28, Stephen Arthur. And a 6'2 sophomore from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, the goalkeeper, number 44, Asher Harris. The Raiders are led by head coach Rob Harrington. He's assisted by Caden Pruitt, Derek Marie, Joe Shower, and John Moynihan. And now, the starting lineup for your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A 6'2 junior from Plainfield, Illinois, number 3, Matthew Watson. A 6-foot senior from Skokie, Illinois, number 6, Devin Zachary. A 5'8 sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, number 8, Paul Balea. A 5'11 senior from Weston, Florida, number 9, Mateo Sanchez. A 5'8 junior from Burbank, Illinois, number 11, Christian Garcia. A 5'9 sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland, number 17, Tomas Rebalado. A 5'10 freshman from Athens, Greece, number 24, Athanasius Karagianis. A 6'1 sophomore from Bentonville, Illinois, number 25, Dominic Krupa. A 6-foot sophomore from Larnaca, Cyprus, number 31, Piros Simitras. And a 6'1 sophomore from Helsingborg, Sweden, the goalkeeper, number 99, Colin Thomas. The Scarlet Hawks are led by head coach Marlon McKenzie. He's assisted by Aziz Tahir and Julian Soto. And now, would you all please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Good afternoon from Stewart Field in Chicago. NCAA Division III men's soccer action right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network as we get ready for this conference matchup between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks as they play host to the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders, the MSOE Raiders. Chris Rouse here on the call as the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in the white uniforms take the field. MSOE on the other side of the field in the red uniforms as we get ready for this conference matchup. One of 6 in men's soccer matchups today in the NAC. Also, this is doubleheader action at Stewart Field with the Raiders and Scarlet Hawks gracing the field right now in men's action, and then a rematch of the NAC Conference Championship game of a year ago, which took place right here on this field last November. The MSOE Raiders will take on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in women's action. But right now, the men are on the pitch, and here are the starters. First for the MSOE Raiders, they come in with a record of 2-2-4. 1-1 in conference play, having defeated the Lakeland Muskies in their last outing on Wednesday. And they will start like this with number 3, Lucas Schoenke in the field. Number 5, Michael Rohrman. Number 6, Austin Killen. Number 7, Nico Picha. Number 8, Owen Gendrich. Number 11, Danny Aranda. Number 17, Ian Frost. Number 18, Alex Lamb. Number 19, Zach Thompson. Number 28, Stephen Arthur. And in goal will be number 44, Asher Harris, the 6'2 sophomore out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. They'll be facing up against this Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks team, which comes in with a record of 5-1-2, 1-1 in conference play. They will kick the ball off, and as they open the game with the possession, we will list the starting lineups first. Will be number 3, Matthew Watson. Number 6, Devin Zachary, who just got a touch, leads the team in goals with 7. Number 8, Paul Balea. Number 9, Mateo Sanchez. Number 11, Christian Garcia. Number 17, Tomas Rebolado. Number 24, Athanasius Karagianis. Number 25, Dominic Krupa. Number 31, Piros Simitris. And then the goalkeeper will be number 99, Colin Thomas. Scarlet Hawks on a quick attack here. Pretty good build-up on the far side of the pitch from where I sit. It's on the near side of your camera at home. And here's Rebolado. And he's dispossessed of the ball by the MSOE Raiders. Bit of a change here at Stewart Field this season. The game camera now on the opposite side of the broadcast location. So my left right will not be your left right. As I'll try to keep that in mind as I go through the storytelling throughout the day here at Stewart Field for both matchups. Speaking of stories, MSOE coming off of a dismantling of the Lakeland Muskies 3-0 in their win on Wednesday. Neither of the 2 players who scored in their match on Wednesday are in the starting lineup. Ditar Useni had a pair of goals. He also leads the team, but he is not even in the lineup today. Neither is Joey Leduca, who also had a goal for the Raiders in their win on Wednesday. But here is Danny Aranda, the sophomore out of Racine, Wisconsin. Scarlet Hawks take it away. And a bit of a ping-pong battle here to start the matchup as both teams trying to get a feel for the ball here on the pitch at Stewart Field. 69 degrees here at Stewart Field. Wind blowing 15 miles per hour north-northeast. And I will admit it has been a windy past couple of days here in Chicago. Winds up to 17 miles per hour. It rained all morning. And when I say morning, I mean it literally stopped maybe around 11:30. So the field could very well still be wet. I did have the opportunity to walk across the field to get to the broadcast location. Did seem like it was game ready. We'll see if that will play a part in our story between the Scarlet Hawks and Raiders on this Saturday afternoon, the final Saturday of September 2024. Scarlet Hawks playing it on the back line. Thomas is out of the penalty area and he's in possession for the Scarlet Hawks. Plays it over with the pressure coming from the MSOE Raiders. Here's Thomas again. More pressure being applied. That was Gendrich on the front pressure there. And MSOE doing a great job in terms of controlling field position here in the early portion of this matchup. This is not an MSOE Raiders team that puts up a number of goals. You see on their record 4 ties this season. Matter of fact, their last 3 decisions that ended their stretch of 4 consecutive ties. And for this MSOE team, one thing you have to give them credit for having
is great discipline, especially when it comes to field position and on this back line. As now the ball being played over near the sideline to Stephen Arthur. Arthur trying to make a maneuver down the field. Now he pushes to the outside to Picha. Applying pressure from the Scarlet Hawks. But the Raiders able to avoid said pressure and play it back towards the midfield stripe. There's a nice move that gets the Raiders sideline going by Rohrman. Ball played out by the Scarlet Hawks. That was Simitris. There's a shot that's blocked out in front. Great usage of the body by Watson. He goes 6'2" out of Plainfield, Illinois. Former member of the Oswego East Wolfpack. And now the Scarlet Hawks pushing the other way with Balea. Balea out of Dunlap High School from Peoria, Illinois. Here's Christian Garcia out of Burbank, Illinois, former St. Lawrence Viking. And now Simitris plays it over. Here's one of the first times we'll see the back line of the Scarlet Hawks get involved in terms of controlling field position. So far for the Scarlet Hawks has been about possession. Now it's about field position where you can push that back line up, get closer towards the opposing net. Now Thomas playing dangerously in the backfield, and Simitris sends it out. And now the ball knocked down by MSOE. Aranda had a pretty good run with it there, but it's taken away by Illinois Tech. Devin Zachary. 7 goals on the season for Zachary. Senior out of Skokie, Illinois. Zachary, good job avoiding the slide and keeping possession alive. The lead is still going on the build-up for the Scarlet Hawks. Here is Christian Garcia. Centering pass, sets up a goal opportunity, but the ball goes over the north side of Stewart Field, and it might have caught that car in traffic. Maybe, maybe not. It looked like it might have got the tree over there. Nonetheless, ball out of play. It will be a Scarlet Hawk corner, our first of the afternoon. So in the 6th minute of the match, we get our first corner. It will be Mateo Sanchez, the senior out of Weston, Florida, looking to tee it up. Zachary's at the front post. The ball goes to the middle of the pitch. There's a back kick that goes over the net, out of play for a goal kick. Good pressure for the Scarlet Hawks, good build up. Solid opportunity, but unable to capitalize where the home team, where the hosts, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Asher Harris getting involved for the first time today with the goal kick there. He just plays it in easily. For Harris, this is his 9th appearance for MSOE this season. He's got the record responsibility, so to speak, the decision in all of the 8 previous matches for MSOE. Record of 2-2-4 for Harris. 9 goals allowed, 31 saves. Save percentage of 77. Goal against average of 1.15. 1.15. MSOE Raiders in possession of the ball. That ball actually went over our heads here at the broadcast location. I guess I really shouldn't call it that anymore. I guess this really is the commentary booth now since the camera's been moved. Now here are the Raiders. There's a chance to go for goal. That's deflected away by Thomas. Rebound out in front. Thomas had a hand on it. So did Zachary. Got a foot on it, but it goes into the net for the MSOE Raiders. We'll have to get confirmation on who scored it there. But nonetheless, the Raiders get the goal, and it's now 1-0 MSOE with 37:45 remaining here in the first half, meaning that is a goal in the 8th minute. And also now there's a card given here for Illinois Tech. We'll have to get confirmation on who got the goal there. And so the MSOE Raiders, the credit for the goal will go to Alex Lamb, and that makes it 1-0 MSOE Raiders. MSOE Raiders goal scored by number 18, Alex Lamb. So the Raiders, 19. So the Raiders get the goal. They make it 1-0. It was scored. It was credited to Lamb, but they actually going to get correction on that. It'll go to Thompson. Zach Thompson will get credited for the goal. Correction, goal scored by number 19, Zach Thompson. So Zach Thompson gets credited with the goal. That makes it 1-0 MSOE. There was also a card for Illinois Tech. Still looking for the confirmation on who got the card there. I saw it was Balea who was having the words with the official. As now Thomas plays the ball over to the side of the pitch for Illinois Tech. Watson over to Koga Yudo. Ball played back and over towards the fencing area on the south side of the pitch. It will belong to the Scarlet Hawks. Thomas ready to play it back on. He plays it over to Symmetris. Symmetris gets it back after playing it over to Karagiannis. Ball played up the pitch now to Balea. And now here comes Illinois Tech looking to respond to the goal that was scored and credited to Zach Thompson. It was first listed to Alex Lamb, but incorrectly it did now go to Zach Thompson. The junior out of North Aurora, Illinois, makes it 1-0 Raiders. Ball played up the field. Oh, just a little bit too much on the read for Illinois Tech. As they had the far side for Krupa. He was looking for Rebellato. Rebellato was coming back towards the ball. Krupa was playing it forward on the through ball. And instead it goes out of play for a goal kick. MSOE playing with their back line here. There's been 2 on the back line for the majority of the day for MSOE. And now in the middle of the pitch, that was Schwenke who played it over. And then the ball was misplayed on the pass by Picha. And now played back by Watson to Watson for Illinois Tech, and he'll go to Thomas. That goal scored by Zach Thompson, his first of the season. And right now it is the difference in a 1-0 MSOE lead as we've played 10 minutes here at Stewart Field, near south side of Chicago, 31st Street to be exact. Home of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, and we get a foul as there's a Raider down on the pitch. Across the field from where I stand, that is the goal scorer to this point. That's Thompson, his first goal of the season. It was a mass of bodies down there for MSOE on the rebound opportunity. And as a result, the Raiders, specifically Thompson, was able to sneak in, get the first goal of the match. Ball played to the middle of the pitch. That's going to go out of play, and it will be another Raider corner. Thompson in his career, he had 17 goals in the previous 3 seasons. 5 in 2021, 6 in 2022, and followed 6 last year to follow those in 2022. And this goal here, his first of the season. Ball played out by the Scarlet Hawks. Bit of looked like a missed handball there for Illinois Tech. That ball came up a little bit high. Scarlet Hawks playing back to the middle of the pitch with Krupa. Krupa and Koga Yudo doing a great job playing in the middle of the pitch. Here is Koga Yudo, the first-year player out of nearby Whitney Young, not too far from here at all. Raiders play it back to Harris, the keeper, and out near midfield for MSOE. But once again, those Scarlet Hawks, 2 players on that back line again, sort of to provide support for Thomas, who in the early part of this matchup has been a bit erratic with the ball. He's come out of the net. See how far he's playing out from the penalty area. And now Simitris playing on the far side from where I stand for Illinois Tech. Harris picks up the ball. And now here come the Raiders. And Harris just surveying the field, waiting for his teammates to get the line right. And now he'll roll it in. And possession continues for the Raiders. Good job by Krupa running that one down. Bit of a hand fight on the far side of the pitch. Rebelato won the first battle. Illinois Tech looking to send one down. Zachary on the far side in pursuit. Harris will get an easy pick up there, as he won't even have to bend down to play this one. He just play with his feet. Austin Killen working towards midfield. Nice pass to Gendrich. Gendrich plays it to the outside to Thompson. If you're just joining us here at Stewart Field in Chicago, Illinois, this is NCAA Division III men's soccer action. The Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. The Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders, MSOE, taking on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Right now, MSOE with a 1-0 advantage. Zach Thompson with the goal in the 8th minute. And at this moment, it'll be an MSOE corner. Stephen Arthur to take the corner. Raiders look like they're looking to play to the front post. The ball goes to the middle. The header goes the opposite direction. Zachary sends that out. Look out here at the location. Actually, thankful for that fence that just kept that ball from coming up near our heads here at the broadcast location. And MSOE will get another throw in. Stephen Arthur tracking the ball so he can chuck the ball back in here for the Raiders. Illinois Tech trying to collapse on the space. I can hear him from my position on the field. You can hear him saying space, 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 trying to cut down the space for MSOE. We've played 15 minutes here on this Saturday afternoon. It's been an overcast afternoon all day. Been an overcast day so far here in Chicago. Overcast afternoon as we kicked off this first matchup here. Remember, still to come, NCAA women's soccer action between these same two programs, the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. That will be a rematch of last season's NAC Women's Championship, and what a thriller that was going into overtime. Ball is crossed here for MSOE. Nice cross to Thompson, but he couldn't quite handle it off the chest. Illinois Tech just trying to gain solid possession for once, but unsuccessful in doing so here. Aranda, the ball played to the middle of the pitch. Thomas makes the save. MSOE still threatening. Simitris sends it out back towards midfield, and it's knocked down by Lamb. Lamb over to Frost. Nico Picha comes to the ball. You can hear the MSOE sideline saying, "Get out there, Nico," as he was able to get to the ball. They were trying to play it to the outside. Out near the middle of the pitch, not quite midfield yet. Still in the attacking third for MSOE. Here's a shot. They go for goal. Thomas makes the save on the attempt for Austin Killen, the sophomore out of Huntley, Illinois. Thomas turns that shot back. And now Illinois Tech able to put MSOE on the defensive side of the ball for the first time in probably about 3 minutes of game action. Simitris. Ball played back for Illinois Tech. Watson over to Thomas. Koga Udo was looking to play it up for the Scarlet Hawks, so unfortunately his pass went wide to MSOE. The Raiders able to build an opportunity. Nice sliding block on the shot from Picha, as that was Watson who again gives up the body. He's already got a block. Now he has a sliding block to keep MSOE from finding the back of the net. Watson sending the ball along to Garcia. Harris just asking for a teammate to play it with a head. They do just that. Great play for the Raiders as Frost plays it back to the keeper. MSOE back in possession. 1-0 advantage for the Raiders. The Scarlet Hawks have certainly been chasing the ball since going down in the 8th minute. And as we conclude the 18th minute, MSOE plays the ball at the pitch. Demetrius takes away a solid build-up for the Raiders. They had a backdoor opportunity. Ball sort of hopped a little bit. Demetrius able to put his foot down on it. Ball goes out of play, and we will get a substitution, a pair of subs for both teams. Grant Glorioso will come on for the MSOE Raiders. Meanwhile, Jake Skiba and Cal Graham will come on for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Now into the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 16, Grant Glorioso. And now in for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 13, Jake Skiba. And number 27, Cal Graham. Cal Graham immediately comes into the match and gets the head on the throw-in. And here's Krupa. Krupa plays it up for Graham. Graham has a goal for Illinois Tech in their two most recent matchups. Here's Zachary. Here's their leading goal scorer. And Illinois Tech looking like they're going to try to apply more pressure on Asher Harris, the keeper for the MSOE Raiders. To this point of the match, I'd have to say MSOE has won the eye test field possession battle, or time of possession battle, field possession battle as well. 4 shots from MSOE, none from the Scarlet Hawks. Thomas again abandons his net. He sends it long for Garcia. Garcia going to have to go one-on-one here with Frost. The ball goes into the corner. Frost doing a good job of cutting off his path. Garcia had to play it back to Zachary. Here's Matthew Watson. Demetrius plays it up the field, but it goes right to the keeper, Harris. And Illinois Tech starting to hear some of the frustration with the miscommunication between their players. Marlon McKenzie in his first season as Illinois Tech head coach has a team off to a really good start, 5-1-2. That one for Illinois Tech, unfortunately, a bit of a double whammy. It was in conference and it was at home. They lost to Edgewood to begin conference play, 4-1. Pair of subs, pair of 14s go in as we got LaDuca and Skiba coming on. Entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 14, Joey LaDuca. And entering for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 14, Nick Skiba. Pair of Skibas in for the Scarlet Hawks with Jake, number 13, coming in last sub. And now we've got Nick, number 14. There's a shot for goal, and MSOE's number 14, who just came on. LaDuca goes for goal right off the side of the net. LaDuca with a goal in the Wednesday win for the MSOE Raiders as they defeated Lakeland 3-0. And looking to add to his season total was LaDuca there. Looking to make a bit of a quick strike there, but unsuccessful. Off the side of the net. LaDuca with just that one goal which came earlier this week on the season. Bit of a misplay off the header there for Illinois Tech. That was Cal Graham who played it back. He was trying to play it forward up the pitch. Instead, it goes over to MSOE. Bit of a mishit as that ball's going to be a long run, but it was well played by Picha. I thought certainly that was going to go out of play and turn possession over to Illinois Tech. Picha ran it down and kept it moving. Garcia back to Zachary. Raiders playing it to the outside now. As Picha plays in the middle of the pitch, ball goes high, might leave Stewart Field, and actually just goes off the fencing south. Schwenke came flying in for the goal opportunity, but instead it will lead to the goal kick for Thomas. Colin Thomas this season, this is his 8th appearance for Illinois Tech, record of 5-1-1, 1.26 goal against average, 71% on the saves. He's got 20 saves. He's allowed 8 goals this season. MSOE, again, that pressure here. They're in their attacking third for the Raiders. Picha trying to put the pressure on Watson. Watson with a beautiful ball, which could start a run for the Scarlet Hawks if they can get a good turn. They couldn't quite get the turn they needed to get the ball up the pitch, but great effort by Nick Skiba to maintain possession. Zachary battling his numerical counterpart, and it's Killen who wins it for the MSOE Raiders. Picha plays it up the pitch for Aranda. Aranda beats the keeper Thomas, and that leaves the net wide open, and the shot goes wide right for the Raiders. Glorioso charging the net perfectly, but unfortunately the sophomore out of Plainfield, Illinois, another Oswego East representative in this matchup, unable to score. Glorioso right in front of the net, but he strikes it wide right. Illinois Tech still only down by a goal. Colin Thomas, that aggressive style of playing keeper, it has hurt the Scarlet Hawks so far this afternoon as he's found himself in a few dangerous situations, including the most recent one there on that shot attempt from the Raiders. Ball's going to go out of play here for Illinois Tech. And with just over 20 minutes remaining in this first half, MSOE to get the throw in. Coming up at halftime, we'll preview the second game of our doubleheader, the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks women's soccer team taking on the MSOE Raiders in a rematch of the NAC Women's Championship game of a season ago. Also, there are 6 other men's matchups going on in the conference. We'll give you scores and updates on those. Right here at Stewart Field, MSOE with pretty good build-up, but it's played out by the Scarlet Hawks for another MSOE throw. Raiders going to look to get some fresh legs on the pitch on the next stoppage. We'll see if they can get it in before this throw, and it appears they will get those fresh subs in. And here's who's coming in now for the MSOE Raiders. Now entering for the MSOE Raiders, number 4, Diego Delgado. And number 33, Adrian Manchado. Delgado, number 4, Manchado, 33. They come in, they replace Killen and Lamb, respectively, on the sideline for the Raiders. Ian Frost plays the 2 Manchado who just came on the pitch. Aranda had a quick touch on it there. Now it goes back to the freshly entered Manchado, sophomore out of Spain. Raiders trying to play the ball up the pitch. Bit of a battle on the far side. Got a couple of players hooking one another, and the foul will go against LaDuca for MSOE as possession will belong to the Scarlet Hawks. Thomas plays it back over to Matthew Watson. Here on the sideline, the officials one of the officials having words with the MSOE sideline. Thinks about the spacing. They had a few players that might have been warming up and may have stepped on the pitch here. No harm, no foul, but it's just worth noting. I have seen cards here at Stewart Field for sideline violations, so it's just one of those. Have to remember where you are watching this matchup out here. This is a very small sideline for both of these teams. Ball played to the outside to Zachary. Zachary with Garcia as the Scarlet Hawks start to push up the north side of the pitch. Here's an opportunity for the Scarlet Hawks to get the ball centered. They're looking for Krupa. Krupa danced himself into traffic. Then he had to try to step out of it. And unfortunately, the ball went backwards. And MSOE, once again, they had him surrounded, so it was an easy takeaway. As now Manchado comes up with it for the Raiders. Manchado plays it to the outside. Nico Picha has shown off the legs. He's shown off the Jets a few times today, but unsuccessful at running that ball down, as it'll lead to a Scarlet Hawks throw. Entering this matchup, I was interested in seeing Devin Zachary for Illinois Tech. We continue to mention how he has the 7 goals this season. Of course, in his career, coming up now with 12 career goals. He has been, no doubt, a key contributor for this Scarlet Hawks team. This is 68th career match for Zachary. And there he is with a header. MSOE trying to push up to the south side of the pitch. Zachary took the ball the other way. He goes down out near midfield in a foul against the Raiders. Joey LaDuca falling down to the back of Zachary. MSOE with a pair of subs at the table here. Illinois Tech has Watson teeing up the ball. He'll play it over to Simitris. Watson up the pitch, looking for Zachary. Zachary, long run, able to keep it alive. The cross goes too high, and MSOE able to gain possession. Bit of a mishit on the pass to the middle of the pitch, and that allowed Krupa to intercept for Illinois Tech. Simitris plays it over to Garcia. Illinois Tech in possession on the back line as the 30th minute draws to a close here in the first half. Thomas plays it up the pitch. Zachary's header went wide. He was attempting to pass it. Instead, he passed it right to MSOE. Now here's Kogayudo going back the other way. Kogayudo plays it back. Ball sent to the middle of the pitch. Krupa's had quite a few touches these last few minutes of game action. Matthew Watson. Krupa. Middle of the pitch again to Kogayudo. Been a bit of a triangle amongst those 3 guys right there. Watson, Krupa, and Kogayudo. And then Simitris now in possession. Looking at the MSOE reserves getting set to check in. They're observing the play. Having a detailed conversation, a lot of pointing, a lot of looking at what's going on in the ball. Mishit there from Picha, as now Zachary comes away with possession. Garcia over to Adrian Kogayudo, former Whitney Young Dolphin. Ball played to the far side. A chance to cross on the outside, and that ball actually leaves the field again over the north side fencing of Stewart Field. And it'll be another Scarlet Hawk corner. Coach Marlon McKenzie with instructions for his team. Colin Thomas, the keeper, out near midfield. Marlon McKenzie telling Kogayudo that he's going to roll. So let's watch 34 in white. You can see him sort of at the top left of your screen as the Scarlet Hawks get set for positioning. Instead, they go with the short corner from Simitris. Simitris sends it in. Bit of a mishit. Luckily for MSOE, no one there to clean up for Illinois Tech. The ball gets sent back in. Zachary with a chance to go for goal. Zachary shoots, he scores! Devin Zachary for the 8th time this season, finding the back of the net.
Scarlet Hawks go! number 6, Devin Zachary. His 8th of the season. Assisted by number 24, Athanasis Karagiannis.
Devin Zachary finding the back of the net, his 8th goal this season, adding to his team lead. And Karagiannis with the assist. And Illinois Tech finds themselves back level with the MSOE Raiders. First point for Karagiannis as he gets the assist. So that's the first time he's played a part in a goal, whether it be a goal scored himself or an assist. And this time he assists Zachary, who this season also has an assist himself, to go with his 8 goals, with that latest being the 8th. Here's MSOE in possession. And the energy continues to pick up here at Stewart Field. Illinois Tech certainly put the offensive lineup in, so to speak, with some of the guys they had on the pitch. You get Cal Graham out there. You had another guy that's ready to strike the ball. Krupa also had a few quality touches. About a 5-minute stretch of game action where Krupa had about 4 or 5 quality touches in the middle of the pitch. Picha plays it over to Braden Roth, who just came in, the junior out of New Lenox, Illinois. Ball goes out behind the net to Thomas. And the Scarlet Hawks will get possession on the goal kick. Plenty of communication between Samitris and the other members of the back line for Illinois Tech. Right there in front of that Scarlet Hawks sideline. Illinois Tech with a huge goal there to get back level on the scoreboard. And our action continues with Thomas playing the ball over to Watson. Both of these teams 1-1 in conference play, sitting right in the middle of the pack. Illinois Tech currently 7th place, MSOE in 8th. And then after that, you got a number of teams just, at this point, one game under 500, where they're desperately in need of a win. You got the Lakeland Muskies 1-2, Rockford 1-2. Here's a shot for goal and a save by Harris as Skiba said, forget the standings. He tried to give Illinois Tech the 2-1 advantage, but the save made by Asher Harris. These two teams, middle of the pack. Pivotal matchup for both of them, being 1-1 in conference standings. Illinois Tech 7th place, MSOE 8th. Mentioned Lakeland at 1-2, Rockford 1-2, Marion 0-2-1, and both Concordias, Chicago and Wisconsin 0-3. And this is pivotal for both of these teams. Do you want to be above 500, or do you want to be in that log jam of teams that sort of need a win moving forward? But if you do win this matchup, remember Benedictine and St. Norbert both 2-1, Dominican 1-0-1, and Aurora 2-0-1 as well. Wisconsin Lutheran 2-0-1, and everyone chasing Edgewood at 3-0. Garcia tries to cross the ball in, and it goes out of play. MSOE sends in a new sub here. This will be Stephen Thomas, freshman out of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. Asher Harris plays it in. Action resumes. Ball played to the middle. There's a quick touch for Stephen Thomas. Thomas over to Machado. Machado sends it over to Stephen Arthur. Machado back over to Ian Frost. Frost plays it to the outside. Here's an opportunity for Thomas. Thomas with a pretty good lead to set up Roth. Roth into the middle of the pitch. right in front of the net. Ball is sent out by the Scarlet Hawks, but MSOE still threatening. The build-up continues. The shot, unfortunately for the Raiders, goes right into the arms of Colin Thomas. Stephen Arthur on the shot. Thomas with the save to turn him back. Our score remains level at 1. It's certainly September. Feels like a Chicago fall day. Overcast skies, windy all day, but not quite too cold here. Certainly a good day for soccer here at Stewart Field. Watson plays it down. An opportunity to get to the ball, and Harris dives right on the ball, showing great goalkeeper awareness. Just falls on the ball and keeps Illinois Tech from getting a shot off there. Just a great cover-up by Asher Harris. But action resumes here with just 7 minutes exactly remaining here in the first half. We're here in the 39th minute as now Watson plays it up. Bit of a collision and a foul will favor Illinois Tech as Machado runs into Cal Graham. Graham, the first-year player, goes 6'1", 170, a forward for Illinois Tech out of Parker, Colorado. This is Matthew Watson, Jr., out of Plainfield, Illinois. Simitris sends it down. It goes over to Zachary. Zachary looking to maneuver there against Stephen Thomas. He plays it back to Watson. And now I can hear Coach Marlon McKenzie of Illinois Tech saying he wanted Devin Zachary high and wide. And that goes back to what we've been saying all afternoon about Illinois Tech with their spacing. They want to take away MSOE spacing so they can create for themselves, but they've been unable to do just that here in the early going. Entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 9, Javier Perez. And now entering for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 19, Logan Garcia. And number 23, Carson Floyd. Pair of subs for Illinois Tech, one for MSOE. Perez came into the match, and was able to receive the throw-in. We've seen that a few times for the Raiders. The player who just came in sort of gets himself loose by being the recipient of the throw-in. Logan Garcia, junior out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, home of the Windy City Bulls, the G League team of the Chicago Bulls. Play out at the Now Arena. And a sliding tackle and a foul against MSOE, as that was Frost, and he's going to get a yellow card as he slides down and takes the leg, and now the official did not like the reaction from Ian Frost, and he's going to have a word. And let's see if this is going to cost Ian Frost another card.
Yeah, we got him.
Frost made a sliding effort on the ball. He missed and did not like the whistle. They're not going to give him the red, so it is just going to be a yellow card. MSOE yellow card to number 17, Ian Frost. And now Piros Sabitris will place the ball at the proper spot for Illinois Tech. Coach Marlon McKenzie trying to get his team's strategy right here while he has a set piece opportunity. He's telling Devin Zachary he wants him on the far side more than he would prefer Simitris. As now Piro Simitris will set up. And nice lob into the net, but right into the hands of Asher Harris. Great hands by Harris. Just put him out, made his hands soft, and fell down to make sure he secured possession. Final 4 minutes and 35 seconds of this first half. Remember, coming up at halftime, we'll recap. We'll recap our first half action, going over the stats and the goals, previewing the second half. We'll also preview the second half of our doubleheader Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and MSOE Raiders in women's soccer, the rematch of last season's NAC Women's Championship Conference Tournament Championship game. And then also scores from around the NAC. It'll be on the men's side only for our match, and then obviously for the second match of the day, we'll have a recap of the men's scores and then go over the women's action that's also going on throughout the NAC. So scores from around the NAC, preview of our second half coverage, and then a preview of game 2 of our doubleheader, all right here at halftime on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. We're happy that you're joining us here from Stewart Field in Chicago. Chris Rouse on the call. We are tied at 1 between the MSOE Raiders in red and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, who have on the white uniforms today. Illinois Tech right here at home on the near south side of Chicago at Stewart Field. Devin Zachary with the most recent goal. He scored the equalizer for the Scarlet Hawks. That was after Zach Thompson in the 8th minute of the match opened up the scoring for the MSOE Raiders. And Illinois Tech, after being down 1-0, turned up the offensive pressure. And as a result, they've tied the match thanks to Zachary's 8th goal of the season. We've had a couple of cards distributed. I know we've gotten one to Ian Frost. We actually didn't get confirmation on who that first card was against, but there has been one against Illinois Tech. Ball sent high into the air, and a whistle as Frost goes down, as does Logan Garcia, helping him right back up. Both are actually smiling there. I'm not so sure if Garcia actually knocked him down there. I think Frost kind of fell, but Garcia kind of just understanding the perception there just helped him up and kept on playing. Raiders on the far side of the pitch. Ball loose in the middle, and now scooped up by Illinois Tech Garcia. Simitris plays it up, but both teams sort of just ping-ponging the ball around here in this final minute and a half of the first half. Wesley Paul plays it in the middle of the pitch. Simitris able to send it out after Illinois Tech was able to gain possession in the penalty area. Scarlet Hawks able to gain possession. That was Floyd who played it up the pitch, but unfortunately played it right to an MSOE defender. And that allowed Asher Harris now to gain possession and flip the field for the Raiders. After the Raiders regain possession, they try to cross it. The cross doesn't work out. Here come the Scarlet Hawks. They've got a huge counterattack opportunity going here. Great effort on the far side as Karagiannis ran the ball down. And now he'll throw it in. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Manchado plays it to the outside. Now the ball goes across the pitch for the Raiders, where Colin Thomas of Illinois Tech beats Stephen Thomas to gain possession. And here comes the Raiders. Here comes the Scarlet Hawks. Time ticking out on this first half after the Raiders might have just given us our one last gasp effort to see a goal before the break. Cal Graham was the intended target of the ball, and it doesn't look like either team can gain possession as this half gets ready to come to a close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our halftime score. The MSOE Raiders 1 and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks 1. So halftime here at Stewart Field. We are tied at 1 between the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Remember, coming up, we'll recap the goals and stats of our first half and preview second half action. Also, still to come, game 2 of our doubleheader. the women's programs for both of these schools, the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A rematch of last season's NAC conference, a NAC Women's Soccer Conference Championship, and then also scores from around the NAC. All of that coming up here at halftime on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Chicago. This is Stewart Field on the near south side. You are watching NCAA Division III men's soccer action in the NAC, the Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference. Right now at halftime, we're tied at 1 between the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. This is the first of 2 games to be played today here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network, as we will have the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in women's soccer action, a rematch of last season's NAC Women's Conference Championship game. We'll get into that in a moment, but first let's go into the first half stats of what's been going on here in the first game of the day between the 2 men's rosters. The MSOE Raiders got on the board first today. It was an early goal by Zach Thomas. That was back in the 8th minute. It put the Raiders up early, but after that, Illinois Tech turned up the offensive pressure, so to speak, and it led to a goal from Devin Zachary. And that's why we stand where we are on the scoreboard. Goal from Thompson, goal from Zachary. And as a result, we're tied at 1. Here are some key stats from the first half. Obviously, both goals assisted, but MSOE, the more aggressive team, the team more in control in the first half. They had 12 shots in comparison to 2 for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, 4 of the 12 on goal. Illinois Tech's only 2 shots on goal to this point of the matchup. Each team with 2 corners. No red cards for either team, but MSOE, Illinois Tech was given a yellow card, but officially in the stat book, it was taken off. There was one shown, so I'm assuming maybe it was a warning. I'm not really sure what happened with that situation, but to this point, MSOE is the only team credited with the card. That went against Frost just before the half as he tried to make a sliding tackle. Fouls in the first half, 4 against MSOE, 2 against Illinois Tech. Neither team has been called offside, and each team has given up the 1 goal to this point in the matchup. And just an analyst view on this matchup here for MSOE and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. MSOE has done a great job with possession to this point of the game. The back line has been up near midfield for the majority of the matchup for the Raiders. Where it turned was actually when they got the lead. It sort of seemed as if MSOE taking the 1-0 advantage put the pressure on the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, and Illinois Tech immediately added Cal Graham. They added more forwards, guys that are more comfortable being on the field looking to strike, and as a result, it created that goal that was later scored by Devin Zachary to get the score level at 1 apiece. Well, last November, it was November 4th. It was a Saturday right here at Stewart Field. It was the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. It was the MSOE Raiders. They were playing for the NAC Women's Conference Championship, and unfortunately for Illinois Tech, it was just one misplayed ball at midfield that changed their entire season, and it led to a goal for the MSOE Raiders. And as a result, MSOE ended up winning the NAC and going on to the NCAA tournament where they also won. Well, Coach Roshane Ellison is actually walking on the field now for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. He's got his gear in hand, and it looks like the Scarlet Hawks on the women's side are looking for revenge as they, for the first time, will see the MSOE Raiders since their loss last year in the NAC Women's Conference Championship. And I have to say, I've been doing a lot of games here at Stewart Field throughout the years. That game a year ago, which went to overtime, while it was not the result that Scarlet Hawks fans were looking for, one of the better games I've ever seen here at Stewart Field. And this matchup today could be a revenge game, could be a bit of a redemption tour for the Scarlet Hawks, but we will have the opportunity to find out when the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks take the pitch in Game 2 of the day. And just a lot of talented players on both rosters. When you look at Illinois Tech, you think about Katie Chismerick, and you think about the rest of this roster that Roshane Ellison has sort of built up for Illinois Tech throughout the years. You know, I think about some of the earlier years of Coach Roshane Ellison's tenure with Illinois Tech. They were more of a defensive team. In past seasons, you've seen them become a team that you look to score more goals. And Katie Chismerick, a big part of that, 5 goals on the season, leading the way for Illinois Tech. Also, Amelia Mosman having 4. And then even the ability to get players such as Lucy Georgiorian, who at one point in time you maybe thought as more of a defensive style player for Illinois Tech. She has 3 goals this year. This Scarlet Hawks team They're going to be in for a battle today against the MSOE Raiders, but they have come with their own ammunition. According to the MSOE website, their Raiders dismantled their most recent opponent, which was the Lakeland Muskies, and that they did, a 6-0 win in women's action. They smothered the Lakeland Muskies 6-0 to get that win. Today they will go up against the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in Game 2 of our doubleheader. That should be fun as NAC soccer action continues right here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. But this is one of 6 men's matchups to occur today. And here's what's going on around the NAC. The quick scoreboard, a final between Dominican and St. Norbert. They end in a 1-1 draw. That just concluded not too far from here. We know Concordia is also in action. We'll try to get that score as soon as possible. It's Concordia going up against Wisconsin Lutheran. And then still to come later on today, we'll have Marion. Marion will be at Aurora. Edgewood playing host to Wisconsin Whitewater. And Lakeland will play at Benedictine. Tomorrow, Concordia, Wisconsin will be at Rockford. And that will conclude this week, or this set of matches within the NAC. Final score in men's soccer for Concordia right now. Actually, not final. They're still in action going to the second half. They trail 1-0 at the hands of Wisconsin Lutheran. Our second half getting ready to begin in just a moment. 45 is on the board as we get ready to play the second 45 minutes here at Stewart Field between the Scarlet Hawks and the MSOE Raiders. Zach Thompson responsible for the one for MSOE. Devin Zachary with his 8th goal of the season, responsible for the one for Illinois Tech. Chris Rouse on the call. MSOE Raiders, Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, second half underway. The teams flip the field, and now MSOE headed to the north side of the pitch. Pivotal matchup in conference play for these two teams as MSOE is 2-2-4 on the season, 1-1 in conference. Illinois Tech 5-1-2, also 1-1 in conference. And if you heard what I said about the standings earlier, this is a huge matchup. You really don't want to drop this one if you're these two teams, because a number of teams in the conference are already at 2-1 or better, or at least 1-0-1, meaning they have instead of a loss, they have a draw. And it's going to be difficult to keep pace in the NAC this season. These two teams are 1-1, and yet they're 7th and 8th. So that's going to be a bit of a battle in the NAC this season on the men's side. MSOE in possession with Austin Killen. Killen, the sophomore out of Huntley, Illinois, got the start. Haven't had too many opportunities to call his name. Here's Michael Rohrman. Rohrman had a pretty good run earlier, which I think you could give him credit for sort of helping MSOE get their opening goal as Colin Thomas comes up with the ball. Rob Harrington in his 6th season as the MSOE head coach. He's been up and down the sideline all afternoon with instructions for his red-clad Raiders roster. Say that 4 times fast. Here's Simitris. Sends that one over. Ball sent down the pitch. Almost a handball. Well, not almost. It is called by Aranda. Thought the officials were going to let that one play on. But the officials go the other way, and they're going to let Illinois Tech have possession off the handball. We've played 2 minutes here in this second half as Simitris sends that one towards the penalty area. Raiders out near midfield with Picha. Up to Zach Thompson. Thompson plays it towards the net. Instead, he finds Thomas, the keeper of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Coach Harrington of MSOE saying, let's play together. I don't think he liked the miscommunication there as the ball went towards the net and the intended receiver was going back towards the midfield stripe. Scarlet Hawks out near midfield. Played back to Matthew Watson. He's had a number of touches this afternoon on that back line. Thomas sends it down. That's a good flip of the field for Illinois Tech if they can gain possession. Zachary goes down. He tried to draw a whistle. The ball goes out of play, and this is going to be a goal kick. Unfortunate misplay there for Illinois Tech. Zachary does go down, but not enough there to draw any kind of foul or card on Stephen Arthur. Great defense for MSOE. Aranda over to Rohrman. Rohrman plays it up the pitch to Thompson. Oh, Simitris misplayed it with the back foot, but he's able to play it over to Thomas. That one actually looked like it tipped off the foot of, I believe, that's Schwenke who charged the ball there for the Raiders. See, the Schwenke or Picha, one of the two charged that ball, and it hit one of their feet and bounced away. It's now Illinois Tech with the throw-in. There's Schwenke who knocks it out. And it'll be another Illinois Tech throw. Remember, still to come, women's soccer action between the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Plenty of talent in that matchup. When you look at both rosters, thinking about Lena Afifi last season for MSOE, how well she played. And when you look at the numbers this year, it's sort of as if the rest of the NAC has found out about how good she can play. She does not have the same amount of goals that she had a year ago. But that's sort of expected once the rest of the conference starts to understand how good you can be with the ball. But how about the rise of Claire Bradford for the women's side? Bradford with 6 goals this season. That's on the women's side for the MSOE Raiders. And now here comes the Raiders with possession here back in men's action. Ball plays in the middle of the pitch. Krupa takes it away for the Scarlet Hawks. Ball goes wide out of play. And we'll get another goal kick here for Asher. Asher Harris, sophomore out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Home of the Lake Country Dockhounds, the independent baseball team. Actually just had their first postseason appearance this season in the American Association of Professional Baseball. But here at Stewart Field, a foul will go against Illinois Tech. And it will favor the MSOE Raiders, who have the kid from Oconomowoc on their roster. Rohrman plays it over to Thompson. Thompson runs it down, but it goes out of play, or attempted to run it down. He did get a piece of it, but he was out of play by the time he made the contact, and it'll go over to Illinois Tech. Where I was going with MSOE on the women's side, we talked about Lena Fifi, how well she played last season. Now, totally new top of the roster there for MSOE. Sort of flipping their roster on the women's side in terms of their leading scorers, with Grace Quinn and Claire Bradford now leading the way. And, of course, Maggie Tillman, who got the big goal a year ago against Illinois Tech. So expect a lot of talent in Game 2 of our doubleheader, just like you're seeing a lot of talent here in Game 1. But this has been a rugged, aggressive, grinded-out affair between the Raiders and the Scarlet Hawks. Not quite as chippy as Illinois Tech's matchup against Alma on Wednesday. In the match on Wednesday, we saw 6 cards in the matchup between the Scarlet Hawks and Alma, 3 apiece. There were 7 fouls against Alma, 4 against Illinois Tech. But the Scarlet Hawks actually needed some heroics from Devin Zachary. His 7th goal of the season was the latest for the Scarlet Hawks until his 8th goal, which came earlier today. Goal in the 86th minute for Zachary allowed Illinois Tech to get out of there with a 1-1 tie, as opposed to a loss at the hands of Alma. Speaking of Devin Zachary, here he is in possession, chased by Nico Picha. He tries to just lower the shoulder on Picha. He did it successfully. There was no stoppage. And now Illinois Tech back in possession with Watson out near midfield. Kogayudo. Right to the heart of the field there. And now he plays it over to Karagiannis. Karagiannis with the assist earlier on the goal from Zachary. Piros Symmetris. He played it up the pitch to Symmetris. See, now here comes MSOE. Kogayudo. Symmetris comes away with it. Now he hits Watson. Bit of a mishit out to Zachary. MSOE with Schwenke. Working on Kogayudo. He gets around him for the time being. Has the ball taken away by Watson. Good tackle. Didn't even have to slide. Just took him right off the ball. And now we got a player down, and there's a foul on Gendrich as he just barrels into Christian Garcia. Garcia, happy to see him pop back up. Christian Garcia immediately grabbed at his face when he hit the ground. But he's okay enough to continue playing as he's going to run right down the pitch for the Scarlet Hawks. Symmetris, almost a turnover for the Scarlet Hawks. Kogayudo. They play it over for Krupa in front of the Scarlet Hawks sideline for Krupa. Couldn't quite hang on to the possession there. And as a result, Asher Harris sends it down for MSOE. Krupa wheeling out of traffic. And now he's going to be the recipient of the ball being sent long. Pretty good switch there for Illinois Tech just by playing the ball back. Scarlet Hawks wanted a foul as Krupa went down. Official's not going to give one. As now here's Aranda. He plays it up the pitch to Thompson. Zach Thompson tries to split a pair of Scarlet Hawks defenders. He was unsuccessful in splitting the two, but he picks up a foul on Karagiannis, who was upset. I think Karagiannis was saying that he thought maybe Thompson went down on his own there. But the official says otherwise, it would be a foul. And now a free kick opportunity for MSOE. It appears that is going to be Picha that takes the free kick. I'm looking at the number here. That's Picha and Rohrman, who are on the left side. Scarlet Hawks with 2 on the line. This could be a back post setup here for the Raiders. Picha outside. It goes across to the back post, headed out by Illinois Tech. Ball sent down. And now Aranda all by himself. Going to just play it back to the keeper, Asher Harris. Raiders over to Aranda. This is Zach Thompson. Killen surrounded by 4 Scarlet Hawks. Goes to Aranda. That's a good outside pass, and now Thompson with a chance to create. The Raiders have 4. They have the numbers here. Here's Picha on the build-up. The ball was attempted to be crossed. The attempt was for a cross. Instead, it's played out by Watson, and it'll be another Raider corner. MSOE substitution will be Ditar Useni. Now entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 15, Ditar Useni. Now, Ditar Useni, he comes into the match. He is one of the key goal scorers for MSOE, yet this is the first time we will see him this afternoon. He comes in for a corner. The ball gets knocked down in front of the net. It gets past Thomas, and a goal for the MSOE Raiders. Well, earlier it was Alex Lamb. He was incorrectly listed with the goal. This time it's for real. Alex Lamb beating Colin Thomas, and MSOE takes the lead to go up 2-1.
MSOE goal scored by number 18, Alex Lamb.
Assist to number 7, Nico Picha. Now entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 9, Javier Perez, replacing number 8, Owen Gendrich. 2-1 Raiders. As they get the goal, it was Zach Thompson earlier, and we thought it was Alex Lamb. This time it's Lamb for real to make it 2-1. And at this point in the match, it could be the game-winning goal with 32.5 minutes remaining. Right on the button at 32:30 when I made the statement. Austin Killen. Sliding pass. Illinois Tech not too happy with that one. I was looking at the face of Jake Skiba. Felt like he got his legs taken out there on the sliding pass. But now MSOE in possession of the ball. And this is after the Raiders brought in another scoring threat. Ditar Usini is the leading scorer for MSOE with 3 goals and an assist. And he's just now getting his first action here in the second half. And actually, right when he stepped on the pitch, that's when MSOE took the lead. They had the they had the corner opportunity. The ball went high past the net on a long cross, and then it was Lamb who walked right into a rebound goal. Now Thomas again living dangerously coming out of the penalty area as he sends it to the far side. Ball played to the middle. Illinois Tech going to try to get some fresh legs on the pitch. Really, it's just starters that they had taken out of the matchup. So Marlon McKenzie going to go back to his starting lineup here. And now he's going to get a pair of substitutions as we're going to get Paul Balea and Tomas Rebellato. Entering the match for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 8, Paul Balea, and number 17, Tomas Rebellato, replacing number 13, Jake Skiba, and number 14, Nick Skiba. Scarlet Hawks back in possession. Final 30 minutes and change, 30-30 on the clock now as MSOE gains possession with Usini. The team leader in goals with 3 is Usini. Ball played to the middle of the pitch. Picha goes for goal! Oh, what a strike by Nico Picha! Oh, that was a beautiful strike. The drive into the top right of the net, extending the lead for the MSOE Raiders as they now lead at 3-1. First goal of the season for Picha. MSOE Raiders goal scored by number 7, Nico Picha. His first of the season. What a beautiful turn and strike by Picha. He just got an assist not too long ago on the goal for Lamb. Now this time they set him up, a beautiful turn, a strike. That drive was on point. From my broadcast location, I could see the point from where he lifted his foot, and the aim was right on point to the top right corner. Not really too much Thomas could have done about that. That was just a perfectly placed ball. Beautiful strike. MSOE leads at 3-1. And we saw Illinois Tech earlier respond to the 1-goal deficit with a more aggressive approach. The aggressive approach hurt Illinois Tech there as they really didn't have too many bodies to stop Picha. He had a beautiful shot attempt there. And now it's 3-1 Raiders. It's a huge matchup in the early part of the conference season, considering you're talking about 2 1-1 teams. And at 1-1, both are in 7th and 8th place. It just tells to the parity and strength going on here in the NAC, at least on the men's side. Aranda. Ball played over to Usini. Usini gets into the penalty area. He went through the legs of one of the defenders. That was Watson, who couldn't quite grip the ball as he tried to stop Usini. But Illinois Tech able to avoid another shot attempt. Watson and MSOE continuing to apply pressure here in the attacking third. Illinois Tech this season, the Scarlet Hawks only have one loss. They're 5-1-2. That one was a conference loss at the hands of Edgewood. That was 4-1. Right now, trail 3-1 against MSOE, looking for what could be their second home loss and second conference loss all in one shot. One thing about Illinois Tech, you know this team has a lot of heart, but MSOE can combat that with plenty of discipline. That's been what's been key for the Raiders. That's been the key for the Raiders to this point of the matchup. The ability to possess the ball, not make tough mistakes. And I know throughout this matchup I've made a few comments on how erratic Thomas has been playing the ball out of the penalty area. They haven't really hurt him too many times, but he has found himself in some interesting situations, and that was a great play by Rohrman on the sliding tackle to dispossess Rebellato of the ball. It'll lead to a Scarlet Hawk corner, and it'll also lead to a pair of subs. Now entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 20, Braden Roth. In for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 9, Mateo Sanchez. So Sanchez comes in to replace Graham, while Stephen Arthur will come off the pitch for MSOE. The corner goes in, is going to go right back out of play for Scarlet Hawk throw, as MSOE made the contact there. And you see the Scarlet Hawks starting to move with some urgency here as they start to realize the clock is an enemy here. You're down 2 goals with under 27 minutes remaining. There's a shot for the net. That's going to bounce right towards Asher Harris. Harris rolls it in. Rohrman plays it over to Thomas, and he's out of play as Stephen Thomas. Plenty of hand fighting and another foul. This time as Sanchez goes down. So Sanchez gets thrown to the turf. And that leads to the whistle against MSOE. And now a clock stoppage here requested by the official. And we might have a card here against Danny Aranda, as he has been called over. And now an intense conversation between Aranda and our head official. Ian Frost now also joins it. Remember, this is game 1 of our doubleheader here at Stewart Field, a men's and women's doubleheader. The women's teams will take the pitch at approximately 3:30 and approximately 1 hour locally. We got 25 minutes remaining in this matchup. I know there will be at least a 30-minute break for field maintenance, and then the women's teams for these two respective schools will go at it right here on the Scarlet Hawks broadcast network. I really am looking forward to that second matchup. The rematch of the NAC Women's Conference Championship. This has been a pretty good one as well. Rugged, aggressive matchup. Definitely been a bit more chippy here in the second half. Both of these teams trying to stay afloat and turn the corner in terms of the NAC conference standings, both 1-1. And then earlier today we had a draw between Dominican and St. Norbert in a 1-1 draw there, which will at least help these teams in the standings. St. Norbert, now as the results standing at 2-1-1, as now action resumes. Dominican now at 1-0-2. Long shot off the fencing for Illinois Tech. It goes wide. It'll go for a MSOE goal kick. And the Raiders will take this time to get a pair of subs. Entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 14, Joey LaDuca, replacing Javier Perez. And number 30, Nate Gendrich, replacing number 13, Danny Aranda. Action resumes with the Raiders in possession. Following the goal kick. The ball just rolling across the pitch here. And now we got a chase out near midfield. Krupa able to get there following a quick touch from Illinois Tech, but now it's a misplay. And here is Picha. Picha plays it over to LaDuca. LaDuca goes for goal, saved by Thomas. Simitris sends it out of play, and it'll lead to another MSOE throw. Plenty going on here at the Illinois Tech facilities this week. They got the volleyball tri-match going on inside the Keating Center. And, of course, a soccer doubleheader. They got another volleyball tri-match coming up in October. Another soccer doubleheader. A lot going on here at the Illinois Tech facilities. Here's a chance for MSOE to score in front of the net. There's a shot, and a penalty is going to be a handball against Illinois Tech, as that shot from Thomas went right off the arm of Simitris. Simitris, it looked like just sort of hit it in self-defense. And as a result, it will lead to a PK. Penalty kick opportunity here for Austin Killen, the sophomore out of Huntley, Illinois. Will go one-on-one with the sophomore out of Helsingborg with Sweden. The keeper for the Scarlet Hawks, Colin Thomas. It'll be Killen versus Thomas on the free kick opportunity. Killen has 1 assist this season. He does not have a goal. Here's a chance for Austin Killen to find the back of the net for the first time this season with the MSOE Raiders. And he beats Colin Thomas to extend the lead out to 4-1 MSOE Raiders. MSOE penalty kick goal scored by number 6, Austin Killen, his first of the season. (4-1) Raiders. And at this point, they have given Illinois Tech the same deficit that they faced in their only home loss. Their only loss this season. Forget home loss, only loss, which also occurred at home at the hands of the Edgewood Eagles. A 4-1 defeat, and now Illinois Tech facing that same score. A 4-1 deficit at the moment with 24 minutes and counting here at Stewart Field. That 4-1 loss for Illinois Tech occurred on September the 18th. Paul Balea was the only Scarlet Hawk able to find the back of the net that day. That occurred in the 50th minute, but that lead only lasted about a minute or two. It was Jack Knight who got Edgewood back level before they scored the final 3 goals in the 59th, 68th, and 78th minutes of the match. Scarlet Hawks trying to push the ball at the pitch here with Rebellato. Instead, he will play it back. It's been a rough day for Thomas. He's allowed 4 goals this afternoon at the hands of the Raiders. The last one, the PK by Killen. But once again, it's somewhere for Illinois Tech. They have to meet in the middle. We've seen a number of plays where maybe questionable, where Thomas gave up too much space out of the net and MSOE scored. We've also seen plays where he's held his own and he's made the save for the Scarlet Hawks. Even good keepers get caught. But as a good keeper, you really want to do everything you can to minimize making mistakes and helping the opponent. And Illinois Tech has had a few times tonight or this afternoon where they have helped the opponent. Here's the MSOE helping out the Scarlet Hawks with a foul out near midfield. It'll be Simitris. And Demetrius now having some words with the official. Piros Demetrius, the 6-foot sophomore out of Cyprus, plays it on. He's over to Rebellato. Rebellato is dispossessed, and the ball is won by MSOE. That was Steven Thomas, who almost all in one motion got the tackle, took the ball, and made a nice cross. MSOE appeared they were trying to reward Thomas with the pass on the outside. They finally do get it to 38. Thomas, beautiful cross, sets up Useni. Oh, that would have been a beautiful goal if Ditar Useni could have got down on the ball. Instead, he misplays it. It goes out. Pair of subs, one for each team. Entering the game for the MSOE Raiders, number 33, Adrian Manchado, replacing number 6, Austin Killen. And in for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 23, Carson Floyd, replacing number 11, Christian Garcia. 21-15 and counting as Illinois Tech moves the ball on their back line. We're happy that you can join us here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Chris Rouse here from Stewart Fields. Now Useni gets the takeaway. Useni goes for goal. Thomas pops it into the air, and oh, he lost it. It didn't look like it cleared the line. Are they going to say it's a goal, or did it go out? I think they're going to give him a goal. Ditar Useni, if that's a goal, it'll be his 4th of the season. And it is. It's going to be a goal for the MSOE Raiders. MSOE goal scored by number 15, Ditar Useni. His 4th of the season. "5-1 Raiders, and that's a tough break for Colin Thomas. He did a good job getting a hand on it, but unfortunately for Thomas, he hit it right into the air, and when it went up, it appeared he saved it initially. He actually did make the first save, but when he dropped the ball, it dropped over the line, and that constitutes a goal. Useni with his team-leading 4th goal makes it 5-1, extends the lead out to 4. Nico Picha now. Raiders continuing to try to pour it on. Krupa able to dispossess him in a foul. And now more whistles. More whistles. Useni now running over to break up the words going on between Picha and Thomas. And now a yellow card. A yellow card likely to Picha as he is still heated as he took the ball to the face there. It was kicked down the field. And so there is a yellow card against MSOE for the time being. I'm assuming it's Picha. I'm not sure. But the one official is looking at Manchado. Picha was the player that went down. Manchado was having some words with the official. We have to get clarification on who got the yellow card here for MSOE, if it is indeed on MSOE. It's going to lead to a free kick, obviously, due to the foul by Krupa. It was just outside of the penalty area, so no PK here for MSOE. As they have Useni and Rohrman both standing in position for the free kick here as Illinois Tech lines up the wall. It looks like it'll be Rohrman. So Rohrman is on the right. So if you're looking at home, Rohrman is at the bottom of your screen for the ball. Useni is at the top. It'll be Rohrman to trigger it. Here's Rohrman. He goes for goal. It's blocked. And now Rohrman going to have to run it down. Useni didn't come into play at all there, just sort of a diversion. Here's the play for Useni. He goes down. Thomas misses the play. And Illinois Tech tries to clear out. Here's an opportunity for a counterattack as we get into the final 20 minutes of this matchup. And a tackle out near midfield and a foul. It'll go against Illinois Tech. The MSOE Raiders with a 5-1 advantage here in this men's matchup. Coming up next, the women will take the pitch. And matter of fact, the women are walking on to the field at Stewart Field now, coming in just below the camera location as they get ready for our matchup scheduled to kick off at approximately 3:30 p.m. locally. Remember, after the conclusion of this matchup, there will be a 30-minute break in between matchups for field maintenance. And then at approximately 3:30, maybe a little later now, we'll have the women's matchup between the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, a rematch of last season's NAC Conference Championship game. Here's Thomas. Thomas sends it down. Thomas for Tomas Rebolado. Rebolado keeps it in, and now here's Rohrman, who played it in after Rebolado really had no support. Raiders playing it down the pitch. Simitris. Ball played on the far side for the Raiders. Raiders also with a number of guys getting set to come onto the pitch. Braden Roth had the ball there. And now MSOE going to make a trio of subs. Entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 4, Diego Delgado, number 16, Grant Glorioso, and number 28, Stephen Arthur, replacing number 5, Michael Rohrman, number 7, Nico Picha, and number 17, Ian Frost. And now in for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 19, Logan Garcia, replacing number 34, Adrian Kogayudo. MSOE throw in coming on the far side of the pitch from the benches. That's why it took a bit of a delay there. The players had to run all the way across the field to sub in and out. And now here's Sanchez, who plays it up the pitch for the Scarlet Hawks. Here's a pretty good run for Rebolado. Rebolado, a sliding tackle in the penalty area. And a good job by Diego Delgado. Pressure from behind the net as Garcia tried to take a shot at the net. Carson Floyd tried to take a shot at the net following the play from Logan Garcia. And now another whistle. And this one will favor the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. And with 17 minutes remaining in the match and with a 4-goal lead, MSOE just at this point just going to continue to show more of that backline discipline, which helped get them this advantage on the scoreboard. Ball played in the penalty area. It's headed out of traffic. Great battle there by Thomas as he gets away from Garcia, but his pass goes to Krupa, who plays for Illinois Tech. Ball played back by Illinois Tech. Now played up the pitch. Rebolado tried to dance around the defender Delgado, but was unsuccessful. Good job by Delgado using his ball to win, using his body to win the ball. And another tackle on the far side. That's going to lead to a foul to stop the clock. And this one looks like it'll be a yellow card. It looks like this will be a yellow card against Mateo Sanchez. And that's exactly what will be the situation here for number 9 in white. Illinois Tech yellow card to number 9, Mateo Sanchez. .13 remaining in the matchup. Sanchez gets the card. MSOE also looking like they're going to make a keeper change at some point. Christian Dersham is right in front of me. He's been right in front of me for a few minutes warming up here. And he will be joined by Bennett Lutenin. So a pair of subs for MSOE on the next stoppage. Here's some valuable game time for MSOE to get those reserves in, get them onto the pitch. Substitutions for the MSOE Raiders. Entering the game, number 25, Bennett Lutenin, replacing number 20, Braden Roth. Now into the game playing keeper for the MSOE Raiders, number 40, Christian Dersham, replacing number 44, Asher Harris. Into the match for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 21, Lorenzo Fideli. So Fideli comes onto the pitch for the Scarlet Hawks with Krupa still coming off. So Illinois Tech, bit of a late sub there. They do get Krupa off just in time. And now here comes Rebellato. Rebellato plays it up the pitch for Sanchez. Sanchez unable to get there in time. And that'll go over to MSOE, where they will get a throw in here from the freshly entered Bennett Luton, the junior out of Verona, Wisconsin. Goes 5'8", 160. Here's Diego Delgado, the 6-foot first-year player out of Whitney Young High School, not too far from here. Not the only Whitney Young guy we've had on the roster. I know Kogayudo, or in the game, I should say, Kogayudo of the Scarlet Hawks, also a former Whitney Young Dolphin. Big powerhouse in basketball here in the Chicagoland area. Ball run into the corner. That was a great effort from Nate Gendrich. He kept it alive, but Illinois Tech able to win possession. And this must work wonders for the MSOE Raiders. You know, this is a team that came in at 2-2-4. And you start to think maybe early on in the season, maybe it might be a rough season, or also you got your work cut out for you. But here, they come in with a record of 1-1-2, and they're going to pick up their second road win of the season. And remember, this is an MSOE team, 4 straight draws before this would be their 4th straight decision. And in these decisions, it's helped them turn the season around. And record-wise, this will be a record of 3-1 in their last 4 outings, should results hold here in these final 13.5 minutes. Shot from Stephen Thomas, saved by Colin Thomas. We've seen that a few times in the second half. And Colin just looks upset here for Illinois Tech, just trying to send his team down the pitch. Matthew Watson. Plays it over to Simitris. Simitris gets it back. And let's see what Piros does with it. He'll play it to the outside to Brennan Paradiso. Fideli. Lorenzo Fideli out of North Miami, Florida. And I was amazed when I found out the high school he went to, Alonzo Mourning High School. That makes me feel old as Fideli plays it on here for the Scarlet Hawks. Alonzo and Tracy Mourning Senior High School. Yes, named after basketball player Alonzo Mourning of the Miami Heat. Longtime member of the Miami Heat. And a whistle out near midfield offside against MSOE. MSOE trying to get everyone a few steps on the pitch here in this matchup. You got another fresh trio of Raiders getting set to join. Meanwhile, also on the pitch, both women's rosters are out here. The Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks are out behind the men's bench. Meanwhile, the MSOE Raiders, their women's roster not behind the bench, but across the way from the MSOE men's bench. Got a second matchup of our doubleheader getting ready to be in. That will be approximately 30 minutes following the conclusion of this game for field maintenance. And then we'll get a rematch of a 1-0 final last season in the NAC Women's Conference Championship game. It was an overtime thriller, one of the best games I've ever seen men or women's soccer played in Stewart Field in the NAC Women's Championship game a year ago, as now Illinois Tech with an opportunity to gain redemption, revenge, but of course, most importantly, a win in conference this season against the MSOE Raiders. Should be a fun matchup. Plenty of talented goal scorers and strikers on both rosters on the women's side. The Mateo Sanchez has it. Scarlet Hawks going for goal. That one goes wide right. And now MSOE with about 4 new players set to check in. Illinois Tech with a pair. We'll try to get them all here in just a moment. Entering the match for the MSOE Raiders, number 11, Tyson Yoshida. Number 24, Peter Yaley. Number 26, Eric Kiger. And number 37, Braden Smith. Entering the match for Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 12, Zach Skiba. And number 7, Carter Liskey. So a number of subs here at Stewart Field. And Illinois Tech will get a corner here. 10:35 remaining in the matchup. And what a second half for the MSOE Raiders. We were 1-1 at the break, a 4-goal second half. And as a result, the Raiders lead at 5-1. Ball ping-ponged off of a few heads in front of Dersham, and Dersham gets the save. And the Raiders, again in possession of the ball, they turn them back. And action resumes. The MSOE Raiders women's soccer team has left the pitch area. They've actually gone outside of Stewart Field to go stretch and get ready for their matchup, which continues to draw closer. But what a matchup here. What a performance from the men's team for the MSOE Raiders. They've been in control. Once again, the backline dominance, the discipline had been key in the first half. Dersham able to fall on that ball. Dersham is also the backup keeper. Remember, Asher Harris got the start. He allowed the 1 goal to Devin Zachary, but other than that, pretty good day for Asher Harris. Here in the 81st minute, we get a foul against Illinois Tech. That'll be Logan Garcia, the junior out of Hoffman Estates, on the foul. Hoffman Estates, Illinois, to be exact. And another foul, as that's going to be Carson Floyd. That was just an outright body check, and that is going to be a yellow card. No doubt about it. Just Floyd outright just ran into him, and he picks up the card. Illinois Tech yellow card to number 23, Carson Floyd. Carson Floyd was just an outright tackle there. He just ran right through the body, and that'll give it over, or that'll give MSOE the free kick opportunity here. Plenty of cards this afternoon. I believe that is the 6th one of the day. Unless I'm missing a count here. Or actually, you know what? I know we had one for Illinois Tech that was taken off the board. So 5 cards today. As now here is the cross that goes. That's going to go wide left of the net on the opportunity. That was Yoshida, the junior out of Centerville, Utah. Tried to put one home there, but he bends it off the side of the net. He played 81 minutes. And I have to be honest, it was a pretty good matchup the first 45 of it. But really, this may be the last 30 minutes of this match. It's been all MSOE. The ball has been at midfield for the majority of the match. When Illinois Tech's been in possession, I mean, they haven't really had much pressure towards the MSOE net, especially not in the second half. To the point now where MSOE, they have their backup keeper in Christian Dersham into the ball game. MSOE playing on the outside. Wesley Paul. The ball gets crossed over and played to the middle of the pitch. Gendrich over to Paul again. Ball gets knocked out of play. And MSOE will get another corner. And if you're Coach Rob Harrington, you have to be pleased with this performance. At halftime, I had the privilege of walking on the field. I walked past both teams. MSOE seemed like the tighter group during their halftime huddle. wasn't a lot of talking. It was more sit and listen to the coaches. Illinois Tech seemed as if they were having a bit of a group discussion. The spirits were high, especially after they had the most recent goal to that point of the matchup. But in this second half, MSOE has been all business. From player one to the last player entered, the Raiders, they've been all over the Scarlet Hawks here in the second half, and they put on a solid performance, to say the least. Dersham plays it back to the middle of the pitch. And now the ball played to the outside for the Raiders, barely kept out. Oh, just barely out of play there. That was so close as Kiger ran down the line, and a pair of subs here for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Entering the match for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 22, Rafael Diaz. Replacing number 8, Paul Balea. And also entering for the Scarlet Hawks, number 15, Camille Bialaruchki. Replacing number 7, Carter Liskey. Pair of subs for Illinois Tech. Watson evades the oncoming pressure there from Yoshida. And Illinois Tech just trying to work the ball down the pitch. Once again, just a solid second half from MSOE, to say the least. Very dominant on that back line. Look at Thomas, almost an errant pass there. But that forwarding pressure, especially in the attacking third, all afternoon has been there for the Raiders as well. Illinois Tech, whenever they play at the Thomas, he's met pressure. That ball just outside of us here at the broadcast location. And now a substitution for the Scarlet Hawks. Entering the match for the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, number 36, Harrison Bray. Replacing number 31, Piros Simitris. So Simitris, after a hard day of work here at Stewart Field, he will come off the pitch. It's unfortunate for the Scarlet Hawks that this will be the result. It'll be a 5-1 MSO. It's a 5-1 MSOE lead now, but it will be an MSOE victory unless we see something crazy. There's something crazy. Yoshida almost had a header into the net, but Thomas comes up with the save. But barring a crazy Illinois Tech comeback, this should definitely be a 5-1 win for MSOE. This should be a win, definitely be a win for MSOE. It's just a matter of the final count. Scarlet Hawks wanted to try to get a sub here. See if they can get the 2 subs in time. Carter Liskey is getting his leg checked on here on the sideline. He's been on the sideline for quite some time, the junior out of Stony Creek, Ontario. Just holding the ice pack on the knee here. Ball run down. That goes off of Skiba. Out of play, so that will be an MSOE throw-in. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the MSOE Raiders and Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in women's soccer, scheduled to begin at approximately 3:30 p.m. Expect that to be pushed back as we've now reached 3 p.m. locally here in Chicago. And they will need the 30-minute field maintenance break. So we'll say approximately 3:45 p.m., 3:45 for the kickoff between the MSOE Raiders and Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks in women's action. And it should be a pretty fun matchup as we get ready for that one. In the not too distant future here at Stewart Field. Ball out of play. MSOE on the throw-in. So for the Raiders, after 4 straight draws, looking like they're going to put up their 3rd win of the season, and now offside against the Raiders. We mentioned in discipline all day, and then here we get this late offside call. For MSOE, this will be their 3rd win of the season. It'll take them to 3, 2, and 4, but they're not done on the road. They've got to go to Marion. They'll go to Fond du Lac on Wednesday to take on the Marion Sabres, and then they'll get a big one next Saturday at home when they take on the Dominican Stars. Dominican had a draw earlier today in their matchup against St. Norbert. Meanwhile, for Illinois Tech, you come in following a draw against Alma, and now you look to try to turn it around against MSOE, but unsuccessful in their mission today as we get a few more subs from the Scarlet Hawks. Into the game for Illinois Tech, number 28, Aiden Ash, and number 32, Tatum Miller. Under 2 minutes to go here for Illinois Tech. Looks like they will hold the loss today at the hands of the Raiders, but they'll be back at home again with an opportunity to redeem themselves on Wednesday as they'll take on the winless Concordia Cougars of Chicago. And then they'll take on Concordia, Wisconsin next Saturday. So for Illinois Tech, you've got 2 winless teams coming up following a loss here against MSOE. Opportunity to take advantage against Concordia, and both Concordia, Chicago, and Wisconsin. It'll be Chicago Wednesday right here at Stewart Field, and it'll be Concordia, Wisconsin Saturday next week in Wisconsin, and then they'll take on the Dominican Stars on October the 9th. So Illinois Tech, favorable part of their schedule, but it continues to get harder. After that, they'll see Dominican, they'll see Lakeland, and then they'll see Aurora before seeing St. Norbert, Benedictine, Wisconsin Lutheran, and Rockford to wrap up the season. 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining. Inside 1 minute to go in this one as the MSOE Raiders look like they're going to be well on their way to a win. 45 seconds and counting, and you have to give it to this MSOE team. It started with the back line discipline. The field position was in their favor for the majority of this matchup. And honestly, Illinois Tech, I thought the Scarlet Hawks gave their best effort, but it had come after they'd already been down 1-0. They did get the game tied, but MSOE just applying the pressure and continuing to attack Colin Thomas. They find the back of the net 5 times this afternoon, and as a result, the MSOE Raiders are going to get the win. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your final score from Stewart Field, the MSOE Raiders 5 and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks 1. Thank you for coming out to our game here at Stewart Field. Still to come in approximately 30 minutes, women's soccer action between the MSOE Raiders and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Approximately 30 minutes until game 2. Approximately 30 minutes until game 2. So game 2 of our doubleheader getting ready to begin between the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks and the MSOE Raiders. But game 1 concludes with a 5-1 final as the MSOE Raiders get the road win, and they get their 3rd win of the season. They move to 3-2-4. And Illinois Tech, for the 2nd time, they fall at home and in conference. They go to 5-2-2, 1-2 in conference. MSOE gets to pivot above 500. They go to 2-1 in conference play. But still to come, women's soccer action between the same 2 programs, the MSOE Raiders and the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. We'll have it right here for you on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. For all of our crew here from Stewart Field, this has been another presentation of NCAA Division III Men's Soccer. I'm Chris Rouse, and we'll be back with more here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network.